You're listening to Drinks and a Movie with your host, Rudy. Spoiler alert.
Drinks and a Movie podcast. What's up? I'm back with Carissa, and this week we are talking Scream 4 from 2011.
Wow.
Kevin Williamson back on the script, Wes Craven back on directing, and our usual cast of characters, right? Neve Campbell, Courtney Cox or Courtney Arquette. We didn't talk about how her and David Arquette got married right before the third one started shooting. And
I didn't know that.
They started dating during the first movie and then got married before the third one. And by this one, I think around the same time they started shooting this was when they got divorced.
Wow. So, that sucks.
Yeah. But for this, we're going to drink something special. I came across a little 375 milliliter. You guys know I like Frey Ranch. Oh, I didn't realize this was 110 proof. That's good. This is a little bottle from their single grain series, 100% oat whiskey. Ooh. So we're not drinking rye. We're not drinking bourbon. This is made from oats and nothing else.
Wow.
So I'll pour a little bit here.
Just like my oat milk latte, I'm going to have oat whiskey. How exciting.
So I've tried, I think like Jim Beam did like an experimental oat whiskey that I've tried before. I really like Frey Ranch, so I'm curious how this is going to be. It's 5 years old, 8 months. That's nice. Yeah, if you're not familiar with Frey Ranch, they're a farm, a husband and wife duo in Fallon, Nevada. So it's like a craft distillery in Nevada. And they make some really good stuff. If you see this on the shelf and you haven't tried it, like their bourbon and their rye especially, it's like one of the best ryes in the game. But yeah, this is one of their kind of specialty. But I have another bottle that's 100% wheat. That's pretty good.
This is a cute bottle. I like it.
Yeah, I love the other bottles are pretty dope. Here we go. Oat whiskey.
Wow.
Oh, that smells good.
That does smell good. And it doesn't burn. I could get like a big old nose full and I'm like, oh, okay.
Now it doesn't smell as good to me. Like the first whiff was pretty good. Now it's it does smell like just like when you open up a little jar. I used to eat oatmeal. I haven't had it in a long time, but when you open up the little jar of like the Quaker Oats and you just kind of smell it, it does have that, of course. The first whiff I had was a little sweeter though. Like it had some like cinnamon on it or some brown sugar or something.
It's kind of like getting.
Yeah, now not as much. Well, here we go. Let's go in for the taste. I can't really decipher anything else out of this, so let's just dig in.
This is rough for me.
Yeah, that's interesting. I'm definitely going to need another sip before I can decipher it. If I can. It like started off sweet and then got like kind of bitter and then just like hot on the tongue.
Real hot.
Yeah. And then like sweet again, but it's still like a very light texture. Has a little bit of that Pop Rocks effect on the tongue. If you've ever like had that, like finishes like, I mean, longer than the Taylor did. Like I'm still kind of feeling it and I'm getting a little bit of the heat in my chest, but it's kind of on the sweeter side. Here we go. Second sip. I think I like it. It's weird. It's a roller coaster ride of when it first hits my tongue. I'm like, I dig this. I dig this kind of flavor. Then the heat comes up. But I like that. I didn't know this was 110 proof. I thought it was going to be 100 proof. So I'm glad it's a little more. Because their cast strength 100% wheat whiskey is one of the best things I've ever had. But when they released like the little bottles, it was only 100 proof. And it's pretty good, but it's not like that shit needed to be 120 and up.
Yeah.
So this isn't a good middle ground. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard for me to explain. We'll see how it opens up, but I like it when it starts, and then it tastes like kind of funky, and then it tastes nice again. So again, it's a roller coaster ride, just like a lot of scary movies. So yeah. So
I like this one too. I like it. It's not too harsh. Mm-hmm. It does. Yeah, it's easy to sip at the beginning. I don't even know if I drink this on the rocks though. I feel like, you know what I mean. I'm like, it feels like it wouldn't be good. It feels like it would dilute it too much because it still feels really kind of thin, not too like thick.
Yeah, it's definitely unique as it should be being made from oat, you know, and like 100% oat, like nothing else. So yeah, we'll see how this kind of opens up in the glass as we talk.
Here is my Woodsboro Massacre anniversary question. What is your favorite scary movie?
What's your favorite scary movie?
One generation's tragedy is the next one's joke.
What is your favorite scary movie, man?
I'll show you.
This week marks the anniversary of the infamous Woodsboro murders. Local celebrity victim Sydney Prescott chose to return to her hometown.
Welcome home, Sydney. Watch the preview of coming events.
What do you want?
Who is this?
He's trying to do Ghostface.
I'm standing in the closet.
Liar. Dewey, what's going on?
It is not public information.
It's all over the internet.
It is?
There's a killer out there patterning his murders after the original movie.
It's time for someone new to die.
The unexpected is the new cliche.
And virgins can die now.
Does that mean that I'm not gonna live as long as these two?
Clearly. To be the new version, the killer should be filming the murders.
Dale! Dale, behind you!
Go ahead if you have the guts.
Not to implicate him. You can't kill Sydney. She's victim royalty.
Not true.
Sid's expendable.
Point taken. Guaranteed third act main cast bloodbath.
Fingers crossed on some nudity for a change.
Time for your last question. Name the remake of the groundbreaking...
Halloween, Texas Chainsaw, Dawn of the Dead, The Hills Have Eyes, Amityville Horror, Black Christmas, House of Wax, Hot Night, Night, Bloody Valentine. It's one of those, right?
None of the above.
I'll be right back.
I know this one. You're not supposed to say that, are you?
Scream 4, man. So I remember back when like movie theaters were a bigger thing than they are now, before they were in full decline, and my local AMC where, you know, I was living, I remember seeing the Scream 4 poster when they had like the posters outside, and I was like, what? They're making another one? Crazy. And it's been like, damn, it's been fucking 10 years. And I'm someone who's very much like, I get annoyed when they make sequels to movies like a decade after they came out. It's like, what are you doing? Like, especially when they were already closed off and kind of resolved. But I was like, all right, it's Wes Craven though. It's the original writer. Like, if Wes Craven's coming back and doing this, then there's got to be something. There's got to be something to it. Because I don't know that he'd revisit it, and that's super rare. I don't know that there's any other horror movies, like a horror movie franchise, where the director came back for a sequel, let alone fucking 4 sequels. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really don't think there's any other ones. Or I guess Damien Leone will be now, you know, of Terrifier fame.
Well, yeah, a way shorter timeline.
Yeah, a way shorter timeline. But just even, I mean, timeline aside, it's just something that doesn't really happen. Like, Wes Craven never did another Nightmare movie besides New Nightmare, like years later.
Yeah.
John Carpenter, I mean, he did Halloween 3, but he didn't do anything else, you know? So you don't see that too. I mean, I guess Rob Zombie with the Devil's Rejects now and all that, but at least up to this time, like, besides those people, I don't know that I can think of anyone else. So, you know, that says something. And I really like this one. I still really dig it, man. I put it up there, like, in the upper tier of the Scream movies, I think. Now, I don't know, watching them in succession right now, I didn't feel as strongly, but I would still put it above 3 at the very least. I don't know where it'd sit after that. What'd you think about this one? Just an overview, and like we'll get into the opening scene too. I
like 3 better than this one.
Okay.
I did. I enjoyed this one. I caught the killers right away. Right when they introduced, I'm like, it's them. And I was very proud of myself. I did not see the main killer though. That was kind of a shock. I was like, oh shit, okay.
That it was Emma Roberts, or that was the other guy? Okay.
That it was Emma Roberts, because I was like, oh, it's the 2 movie nerds. Like, you know, and I love how they have like the breakdown. They're like, listen, this is the new stuff. This is like the new horror stuff, new decade.
Rules,
you know, we film it now. Like, it's all documented. I like this one. I didn't love this one, but I don't know. I was just like, they're trying to like include like these younger actresses. I was just like, oh, okay. Like, I see what they're doing here. And I didn't love what they were doing, but I understand what they were doing, you know?
Yeah. It had to be that way for what they're trying to say.
Exactly.
About movies now. And I forgot that, I guess I hadn't seen this one in a while, because I forgot that it was already about like reboots and remakes. Because even this, I'm like, damn, 2011, they were already talking about that shit.
Yeah, crazy,
You know
right?
what I mean? And I thought about it. I was like, I guess, yeah, that makes sense. Like Friday, like this is 2011. So by this point, Hills Have Eyes was already remade. Friday the 13th, Halloween, fucking Last House on the Left, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Like a lot of this stuff had already happened in terms of remakes and whatnot. And what I really enjoyed too, and it was funny, I don't remember where I read this, but I think I came across someone's little review and they said that the opening scene of this is like the cringiest one.
It's
and
so
I disagree.
funny.
I love it so much.
No,
I loved
it's
it
so
then
great.
and I love it now.
I loved the opening scene because I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, go. Go. It's just so perfect for what the movie is.
Yeah.
It like lines up perfectly.
Yeah. And it establishes just what they're going to talk about in those themes again, like from the get-go, and the fact that it's like the movie within a movie twice.
Right.
know? And like the surprise shit, and just talking about how kind of predictable the openings have become, that it's like the same shit each time. And, you know, the fact that they reference like torture porn, right? Like, oh, we're going to watch Saw 4, but it's torture porn. I'm not into that, because that was like a big, you know, talk. And there was a period there where that kind of became its own genre in the wake of Saw and Hostel and some other stuff. So I did like that as well. I really thought the opening was great.
I did too. I liked it. And I was like, oh my God. Kristen Bell, I love her. Like all the actresses, I thought it was really fun. A lot of like up and comers. I guess they weren't. Were they up and comers back then?
I think so. Like,
right? Like a few of them.
Like Lucy Hale. I just remember that name. Like Kristen Bell, that was her name, right? Was already doing stuff. Like Anna Paquin was already. Like,
she was already.
So it's funny that they were doing that. But this one gets back to being like a lot more bloodier and violent too, though.
Can I
like,
say?
Yeah.
This is the first one where I actually remembered that I saw like somebody's intestines out on the bed.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen that in any of the movie, like any body, like.
Not in the previous three.
Right.
Yeah.
I was like looking, and that was kind of shocking because I was like, they haven't done that before.
Yeah.
You know, like somebody's like insides, you know, you see them get stabbed and it's like, "Ooh," and they just cover up really quick.
Yeah.
And they fall over.
And especially seeing it after the third one, it really stands out in that regard as being like, all right, they really up the violence and, you know, you have the intestines. And they make that statement early on because that's the second, or I guess technically the third kill of the movie, like pretty early on with that friend. And I did like that idea of them looking at each other from the window and being on the phone and he's in the closet. Like, I thought that was pretty cool and well done. I really like Marley Shelton in this movie as like the blonde cop. I think it's funny that she's in this and she's kind of like cutesy and weird or whatever.
I mean, I go like when they first introduced her, I'm like, oh goodness. I was like, well, no, it can't be her. It could be, but it can't be. I loved her as the cop. Yeah.
Well, they give her that kind of moment too, and I do love this. This is one of my favorite shots in the movie, and it always sticks out to me
when she's walking
and like in the hallway at the end of the hall,
dark,
and it's like
she's
dark,
like introducing
and you barely
herself to
see her.
Sydney. Yeah.
She's like, we were in school together. We were in the play, and you were the hero.
Pan.
Yeah, you were Tiger Lily. I was one
a
of
lost boy, and I was like, ooh, creepy. It was amazing.
Yeah, and she just kind of emerging from the darkness, like. That cinematography right there was just so good, and she's just standing there looking, and
it's wild because they haven't done any scenes like that. Like there was no strange, weird, not bright in your face introduction scenes like that. I thought that was so beautifully done, and
I think this one so far has some of the more like scary cinematography, like leaning more into the dark.
Yeah.
The other ones were just pretty bright, especially part 3, like pretty bright. With the exception of that opening, like they don't play in the shadows much, even in the first 2. There's not much of that. No. So that's like the most you see. And the same in the bedroom, everything is just a little darker. And I mean, I don't know if a lot of that is just the fact that it is 2011. And again, like they say in each movie, it's like each sequel you gotta step it up. You gotta
make it something different.
Yeah, and she was great though, and that's a great moment. So I mentioned something that there's an aspect of this film that really sticks out to me, but I didn't want to like say it out loud and like put the seed in your head. But did it feel different, look different to you compared to the other ones in any big noticeable way?
I mean, honestly, with this one, I'm trying to think. Like with this one just felt more, I don't know how to explain it. For just felt more like that. I don't know if they had like a different, not a filter, because it was definitely not those dark filters that they were doing at the time. Because you remember like Pulse and all those movies where everything was like that weird gray. I don't know. The cinematography seemed kind of the same. They did a lot of different shots though. Like everything felt more not so cheesy in this one, even though like it was kind of funnier. Like in my opinion, you know what I mean? Like the teen scream kind of thing.
Right.
It just felt more along those lines, but.
So for me, and it's crazy, I didn't feel that way this much on this viewing, but in the past it stood out to me too much. So I don't know what changed for me. But you know, you mentioned filters, and this movie, this is like kind of camera nerd shit that I don't know that most people would ever notice. Probably not. But it does. I have one friend that like actually made the same comment to me too. But it does look like they use if for any camera people out there, like a Pro Mist filter over the whole thing where everybody's skin looks
It's
like
glowy.
too soft.
Yeah.
And yes, it's like glowing.
Yeah.
And whenever there's like, you know, like lights in the background or like sunlight reflecting off a car, it halates a lot. So it looks like that, like what you would get out of like a Pro Mist filter or some other type of filtration, which is kind of weird to me because it's very heavy-handed, you know, especially in the daytime scenes. Like the scarier, darker stuff still looks good, but glowy is like a good way to put it.
Yes.
So you did catch it to some extent.
I'm like, it's not that gray filter that they were using in a bunch of movies. It's, I guess, that one. You know what I mean? Where it looks
everyone looks like really nice and soft. It's not like too sharp.
It doesn't look the same.
You do have that kind of So there's definitely that. And again, this viewing, it didn't stick out to me as much, but in the past I've watched it and I've been like, what
You're
the
like,
fuck
what the
are
hell?
they thinking?
Like what is
Like,
this
why,
shit?
yeah. And I remember trying to look it up to see if I could find articles or interviews about it. Like, why did they make that choice, you know?
I don't know. Wait, was the cinematographer the same for all of them?
I doubt it. I don't know, to be honest. I kind of doubt it was.
Let's see.
I'm sure I looked it up in the past, but
It's Peter Deming for this one. Maybe it was all of, I don't know. But no, I totally saw that. And I got that too. And I was like, huh, interesting. But it wasn't like so heavy that I was like, oh my gosh.
yeah.
You know what I mean? But I'm like, it looks different than all the other movies.
Right.
100%.
Right.
Yeah, you caught that right away.
Yeah, and it's not just the fact that like, oh, the other ones were in the 90s and this is like a decade into the 2000s and stuff just looks different, but it was less that and more of like they clearly made a choice.
Yeah, they made a choice and it felt almost like a soap opera thing. You know what I mean? Where it's like, like beauty shots.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did Scream. Oh, he did Scream 2. So yeah, he did Scream 2 and Scream 3.
Oh, okay.
He didn't do Scream though.
Damn. Well,
crazy.
I do like that we get. I mean, I like that our main characters are coming from a different place now. Obviously, as they should, with it being over a decade later.
Mm-hmm.
But with Sidney Prescott, like, just wrote the book and is like overcoming the trauma and just moving forward and accepting what happened and all that. And also this idea of like Gail Weathers being out of the news, the reporting business, and is like trying to like write, but like what she knows and like her whole kind of claim to fame was the Woodsboro thing.
Exactly.
And she needs to get, she needs to get back to that and wants to get back to that. I thought was actually really interesting, and her kind of trying to team up with, you know, the young Culkin brother.
Oh my God. Yeah. I know. Yeah. I was like, what the freak? What the hell is he doing here too? No, and I love that they actually are trying to. That was one of my
Robert
favorite
Rodriguez.
things. Yes.
Robert when they're watching Stab.
I was like, that's hilarious. I like that kind of stuff. I love.
Mm-hmm.
But no, and I love that they kind of, you know, they are having their characters evolve a little bit and like overcoming and going back, and it kind of just works really well with how everything's playing out and how their characters are working towards, you know, all this stuff. And I really, I like that Gail Weathers is like, oh my gosh, she's back in town. She's like, give you something in return if you help me out, kids, because, you know, she is like a local celebrity, but it's actually
Sydney.
I
do like that. They're like, can you get Sydney to the cinema club?
Yeah, like that would be a big deal. That'd be even a bigger deal. She's like, oh God.
You know, I like as well. So Hayden Panettiere, is that her name? Babe. So get that out of the way. But I like that she's also like kind of the movie nerd with them. It's not just the two guys, but she can stand toe to toe with them.
Yeah.
Like at the end when she's getting the quiz of like the horse shit, and she like actually
like
gets pretty much everything.
Right. It's like, I'm right? I'm right.
But I don't, and it's funny, like you don't even, that last question, he doesn't even get to finish asking it, and she just lists off like 15 movies.
And it didn't even matter. They still did it. Not to my girl.
Yeah, so you knew it was gonna be. Oh, sorry. I do like when they're talking about the rules and just like remakes, and you gotta kind of up it, and like the false ending. Like, how did it end before the party? All right, it's a false ending. And then
let's go through and see. Like, all right, what's up next? They're recreating everything.
When they're talking about like, being good or this and that doesn't really matter anymore. Like anybody can die. He's like, unless you're gay. Like the only way to survive is you pretty much have to be gay. That was good. And I like that they brought that joke back when that dude's getting stabbed and he's like, wait, no, I'm gay, right?
That was funny.
But I also like the cops too, like Adam Brody and Anthony Anderson as the cops.
That was so funny. Oh, I felt so bad because they're like, oh my gosh, they're great at cops. It's funny because it's like the entire police. They're just like bumbling police officers the entire thing.
It's pretty stock for sure, but it works, and
it works so well because the town is like a stock. It's like it's just
But where everyone, and it's not just like you have the one character, the two characters that understand like the movie formulas and kind of the tropes that. Even the cops are like, shit, man, like cops always die in horror movies.
Yeah, I should have said that.
Unless you're Bruce Willis, yeah. What he's like, if you're a couple days from retirement, you're going to die. He's like, you're better looking than the other guy, you're going to die. If you're the rookie and your wife's pregnant at home, you're going to die.
Yeah.
And then they did again, and they did this in the third movie but they kind of go back on the word this time when Anthony Anderson is like, all right, I'll be right back. And he gets back in the car, he's like, I can't say that, can I? He's like, nope. He's like, but now, new decade, new rules, right? He's like, who knows? He's like, you could leave, you come back, and I'm the one who's dead.
It's so funny. Yeah. He's like, I'll go dig around. I love that, though. And I think like moments like that, and like we were talking before, when you're really into the horror genre and like you recognize all these things, it makes it such a fun watch.
Yeah.
It makes it such a fun watch.
Yeah. One other thing. So you knew it was going to be the Culkin brother. I didn't realize it was going to be Emma, though.
No.
Yeah. And they do again with the red herrings, right? Especially with like the Trevor character, the boyfriend, but it's like too much. It's like, well, it's for sure not going to be him.
We know it's not you
because they keep leaning into it too much, even though he looks like it could be. And he gets wrecked pretty good. But another thing that stood out to me watching this again after having not seen it in a while is because now it's like her motive, right? So it's Sidney Prescott's cousin is like, she wants to be famous and like everyone always talked about you and now I want my 15 minutes of fame. And we kind of saw that idea with like Gail and with Cotton. So that's been a theme to some extent through the movies. And even with the, I don't know, with Timothy Oliphant's character, he's like, I want to get caught because I want to, be known and have the notoriety. So we've seen that before, but here it's interesting, and it stood out to me more this time because it was kind of leveled up in the age of social media. Mm-hmm. But wasn't Instagram pretty new at this point?
I'm pretty
2011? Was it even a thing yet? I don't remember. I started mine like pretty late in the game, like a couple years after.
I think mine's like I'm pretty sure it got big around 2013.
Right.
I'm not sure, but I know YouTube.
Like YouTube was a thing, yeah. Of course,
Facebook,
the streaming, yeah.
MySpace, Baby, those were all still popping. But I was like, that they played up like it's like famous online. Yeah. But I think the craziest thing with that is she's like, you don't even have to be good at it. Like, you could just have a bunch of bad shit happen to you. Mm-hmm.
Everyone wants to be a victim. Yeah.
Damn.
And that stood out to me because we had those things back then. I don't definitely not to the extent that it is now, but obviously enough to where they're like making a statement about it. But it's interesting because it makes this one kind of still stand the test of time, whereas the other ones have like aged, and it's like, oh yeah, that was that era, that was that era, that was that era.
Yeah.
This one, I'm like, oh shit, they could have like made this today,
and then
like
it would
have
still
that
be
same
like
theme,
ooh.
and you're like, oh yeah, that's
It would
of
probably
course that is, yeah.
feel even like dirtier today because people do awful shit all
Yeah,
the time
yeah.
for their like to get like notoriety, and like people post fake stuff on Instagram all the time, or they they do stuff just for views. Even I feel like more so now because now it's like really monetized more so than before, which is crazy. So I mean the story sticks.
Yeah, dude, Scream 7's got to do something about AI.
That'd be crazy. Did you just
Yeah,
call it out?
I think they definitely they definitely will. They've got you.
I
All right, thank
love
God.
it.
You just made me think. I was like, wait, did I hit the record button? And we are recording. We're good.
Oh my God!
I got work
stop.
for
Let
a
me
sec.
check 1 2 1 2,
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah, no, man. And did you think that they were gonna whack Neve Campbell when she got stabbed and all that?
Oh yeah, I did
Yeah.
100%. I feel like because that would be because then you can kill everybody, but that would be the biggest one. You know what I mean? Like oh no, and that's her aunt, right? Like that's like Neve Campbell's her aunt
Or her cousin. Her cousin. Yeah.
her cousin. So it's like, oh no, but then you're still here. You're the new survivor. You took her place.
Yeah.
You know? Because what you say, you can't have two.
Yeah.
You can't have two survivors. But she said to the guy she killed, so.
Yeah.
Her partner, that was so fucked up.
Yeah, of course. It's not how we rehearsed it.
The heart, no. But that
Yeah.
entire sequence was super fun. And then when she got stabbed and she went limp, I was like, bro, double tap. They taught you that in the first
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
You gotta
of
make
course.
sure, and she didn't.
They're always behind you. Just fucking blows her away.
Just turns around right away. But I love that too. I love when she gets to the hospital, and she's there and she was like, oh my gosh, like just playing the victim. And, Dewey's telling her like, she still might be alive. She still might be okay. And then she's like, me and Gail have like matching stab wounds.
Yeah.
And I love, because I didn't even think about that. And I love when he went to the room and she's like, how does she know I got stabbed?
Yeah.
I was like, ooh, like moments like that. I'm like, see, I like that. That was good. That was good.
Yeah, like Sydney told her earlier, she's like, they always slip. They always slip. You're gonna do something wrong. Yeah,
Love it.
Oh yeah, here's the cop scene right now. This shit's funny.
He's so young here. He's like, oh, amazing.
Well, yeah, damn, Scream 4. That's all I got
Scream
for
4.
this one.
It's a good one. I'm excited to watch 5 and 6 and.
Yeah, those ones I haven't seen since they came out.
Okay.
So it'll be interesting to revisit them. Because, yeah, so we had the original 3, like in pretty quick succession, right? 96, 97, 2000. 11 years later, just out of nowhere, it's like, oh, they're doing another one, Scream 4. And then another 10 years later, because I think it was, I don't remember Scream 5. I want to say like 21 or 22 it came out. I mean, we'll talk about it, but that was another one where Scream 5, when like a teaser trailer came out, I'm like, what? They're doing another one? What the fuck? Like, but this time it was also like Wes Craven passed away in 2015. So it was also for me, it just like, oh, and it's like not
Somebody
even
else.
Wes Craven. It just, again, okay, we're going to just cash in on this. But I will say, I do think it's kind of like that reviewer said that I read on the Scream 3 episode that like maybe you can't make a bad Scream movie. Maybe. I guess that remains to be seen. Whoops. But I almost think, I mean, if they can make the story work, that there is space for one of these movies every 10 years because of the way just like the genre has evolved and changed. And it does make it kind of an interesting study to go back and look at the movies, even to look at this one, Scream 4, and like what were they talking about and like commenting on at that time. And then with part 5, I'll save it for that episode, but you're going to see as well, like, all right, where are we in like the 2020s now? And what movies have come out from 2010 to then, that have kind of taken the genre to other places. So pretty interesting stuff.
Is Neve Campbell in all of them?
Just the next one. She didn't come back for part 6. So yeah.
Wow.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. Wow.
But yeah. All right, well, that's all I got for this one. Everybody, Scream 4. We will see you for the final 2 soon.
Woo!
Cheers.
Thank you for listening to the Drinks in a Movie podcast. You can now find us on Instagram at Drinks in a Movie Pod, where we'll be posting photos from all the various films that we discuss. You can also email us at drinksinamoviepod@gmail.com. Please rate, review, and subscribe, and thank you for listening.